It's 8 o'clock on the morning of Sunday the 2nd of April. Runners arrive in Liverpool for the 24th annual half marathon race. Among them is 21-year-old Alistair Rutherford, a local music student. He is dressed as a viola because he will be attempting to break the world record for the fastest half marathon by a man dressed as a musical instrument, which currently stands at 1 hour 26 minutes and 50 seconds. A local news photographer asks Alistair and David Miles, who will be running as a chef, to pose for photographs with the event's pacemakers, who are dressed in orange t-shirts.
Are you here again? I thought they'd stopped you coming.
How many dare you?
Just move your head. No. That's him, yeah. It's the guy behind you. He's a troublemaker.
As long as they shoot from the back.
A mascot from the famous Liverpool Football Club is in attendance, as are journalists from a local radio station.
So I've done a few charitable things. I've done Liverpool Marathon in 2012, and I ran the coast of South Africa last year, 1,700 miles over 9 months. But I just thought, I need to do something a bit stupid that can get a bit of attention. So one night in the pub with my mate, it was just like, why don't we go for this record? I'm doing it to raise money for a charity I work for. It's called ARCO, and it's between Birmingham Conservatoire, where I study music college in Birmingham, and Soweto in Johannesburg, and it provides 24 students with string tuition, and it provides opportunities for people like myself and the faculty to teach. So this is done over Skype, and I teach every Friday. I have 2 students who are about 16. It's been life-changing for them, really.
The race is underway, and the leading runners approach the first mile point. This is Dejime Gezimu, who will run the course in 65 minutes. And here is Andrew Davis from North Wales. Less than a minute behind is our Viola, who has covered the first mile in about 5.5 minutes. This fast early pace will take its toll on his energy levels later in the 13 miles. These tower blocks are a familiar sight to club athletes from around the country who compete in the annual British trials for the European Cross Country Championships in nearby Sefton Park. After 4 miles, Alistair is still running strongly, but is slowed from his ambitious early pace. Here is a runner from Shipley in West Yorkshire. This race is popular with club runners from all over the north of England, and many will have travelled here the day before the event. For runners in the first 20 places, there is not much company to be had, as the race has strung out significantly over the early part of the course. And this is another runner from Shipley, just ahead of his clubmate. The Viola passes the 5-mile marker in a time of 28 minutes and 20 seconds, still on course to set a new world record. This world record attempt is being streamed on the internet on Facebook Live. It's being watched in South Africa by Alistair's Viola pupils, for whom he is raising money today. A group of runners approaches a water station. With no need to drink, most of them throw the water over themselves to keep cool in the warm spring conditions. The faster runners have doubled back on themselves, passing the many slower runners whose target is simply to cover the distance, perhaps in their first half-marathon event. Here are Alistair's family. That's his grandmother with the banner, and his mother and sister.
Come on, Alistair! Alistair! Hey, come on, Alistair!
Their support will be valuable as he heads into the windier second half of the race. His stride rate has got noticeably slower, and the strong wind is vigorously blowing against the foam Viola costume. These slower runners are taking part in a 10-mile race, which takes place at the same time as the half marathon. They have covered 3 miles fewer as they are overtaken. In windy conditions like these, any biomechanical flaw will become exaggerated in the struggle to the finish line. This group has formed a line to help each other in the wind, and they are making good progress. They pass Alistair's Viola as he pays for his early speed and elaborate headgear. The world record is still in sight, but will take considerable effort to break his target of 1 hour 20 minutes. The race finishes outside the famous Liver building, where a steel band and a crowd of spectators greet the runners.
Gonna pop it back on for us, Alistair, please? Yeah.
Aaron?
It was about 1:19:30.
So you broke it by 10 minutes?
7 minutes. I was going quicker, but the wind on the pole was just grim. So I felt like I had a quick back. But yeah,
Good day out.
Liam, Phoenix, can you please come back to the PA unit? Liam, can you please come back to the PA unit? Mr. Phoenix, can you please come back to the PA unit? Liam? Big efforts from each and every one.
Finishers are given a medal and a t-shirt to mark their completion of the event.
Famous city that we're in, the best city in the world, Liverpool, of course. Finishing here, right by the pier head, look at that, below the buildings. Brilliant, well done guys.
And here is David Miles again, the chef. He has also set a new world record and has carried a heavy cooking pot around of course with him today. There is time for a short warm down to allow the muscles to recover and to reflect on the donations and publicity created for Arco, as well as the new world record.
Well done to you. David's on his way to completing the course as well. Another runner for Clare House. Knowsley Harriers are out in force today. Helen, Jack, Hannah, Rob, Martin, Steve all on the way to completing the course. Come on, Hannah, you can do it. You're nearly there as well. Go on, Laura, keep going. Charlotte's on the way to complete the course. Jan and Paul on the way, hand in hand, look at this. Nikki and Barbara, hand in hand, Liverpool Running Club, about to complete the course. Look at the big man go, look at him go, look at the big sprint finish, where's he found that from?